Today we're taking a look at a guitar that has all the specs and checks all the boxes for a classic dreadnought acoustic guitar. What's up everybody, this is Bailey at Mojo's Music here in Edwardsville, and today we are checking out this Eastman E20D. Now obviously this acoustic guitar is a dreadnought, and the first thing that's important to know about dreadnoughts is that they are built to be cannons. This guitar has all sorts of natural volume and output. It doesn't take much at all to get it to really just soar across a room and for the sound of this guitar to completely fill a space, and this is a great dreadnought. This is a wonderful guitar made with all the right pieces, and it has all the love and care that you could ever want put into an acoustic guitar. Now Eastman is an interesting company because they're a Chinese-based company. And for a lot of us, a Chinese-based guitar manufacturer quickly signals a cheaply made, mass-produced, entry-level, affordable series guitar. But Eastman does not operate that way. That's not the type of company or the type of guitar builders that they are. They put love and care into their guitars and make some top-of-the-line instruments at great prices. So let's talk about this guitar and what makes it special. Well, first of all, we want to start with Tonewoods. A classic dreadnought, of course, has a rosewood back and sides, and this guitar fits that bill. It has East Indian rosewood on the back and sides. East Indian rosewood is, of course, a staple tone wood for good reason. It has really crisp and punchy low end with kind of complex and intricate high end, and it really sings unlike any other tone wood. And the rosewood back and sides are paired with a Adirondack spruce top. Now we see a lot of Sitka spruce for acoustic guitars. It tends to fit very well with rosewood, and Adirondack does the same thing that Sitka spruce does, but it does it better. Spruce, whether Sitka or Adirondack, takes some of the more radical qualities of any tone wood, whether it's mahogany or rosewood or maple, and balances them out and makes the tone more approachable and more even. So when you combine the features of rosewood with the features of Adirondack spruce, you get a guitar that's very powerful and very clear, but also very even, with the sound being well distributed across the whole frequency spectrum. And the neck on this guitar is made of mahogany with an ebony fingerboard. Now let's talk about how the neck feels. Eastman have described the profile of this neck as an even C. It doesn't feel incredibly chunky like some vintage acoustic guitars do, particularly in the dreadnought family, but it's also not paper thin. You know, it's not as if you're struggling to grip it because it's too small. It really is a nice and balanced feeling neck. It's easy to play all across the fretboard, and just feels really ergonomical and really comfortable. It fits my hand perfectly, and I think that's kind of the design for the even C style neck. It's meant to kind of just be a super approachable neck that anyone can wrap their hands around and feel comfortable with it. One of the first things that I think about, particularly with a dreadnought acoustic guitar, is the bracing. Martin uses an scalloped bracing pattern on their guitars, and that's how the dreadnought in particular really has kind of come to distinguish itself with its large and powerful sound. A lot of that is due to the technique of the bracing, and Eastman are using a scalloped X bracing pattern through this guitar on the soundboard, so even in the building quality it's going to mimic very well some of the classic dreadnought sounds that we know. Next, let's talk about the bridge, the nut, and the saddle. The bridge of this guitar is made of ebony, and both the nut and the saddle are made from bone. And these are, of course, like premier options for building materials for both of these things. And finally, this guitar has herringbone binding across the body. Herringbone is the timeless choice for binding on an acoustic guitar like this one, particularly a dreadnought style. And it does go around the perimeter of the body, and it has the classic herringbone look. Now we don't have any binding around and up the neck like we have on some of the more ornate acoustic guitars, but that's really by design. This isn't meant to be a super ornate guitar that you would hang in a museum. This is meant to be your guitar. It's meant to be the one that you take to gigs and you play in the studio. And this guitar has the dreadnought sound that you have in your mind. It's loud and it's powerful, but it's not overpowering and it's not overbearing, and it's precise and it's accurate. guitar that I love, and all of us at the store really have come to love the E20D in particular from Eastman. So if you have any other questions about this guitar, or if you want to come try it out for yourself, look us up online at mojosmusic.com or come visit us in the store.